Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very special interview. My name is Nuriya Powell. For anyone I don't already know, I'm the Portfolio Director for APAC and North America at the Energy Council. I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be joined here today by the Honourable Minister Shane Jones, Minister for Resources of New Zealand. Minister Jones, thank you so much for taking the time for being with me here today. It's a wonderful pleasure to meet you. If it's okay with you, we'll just dive straight in. I know we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm sure people would rather listen to you than me. So we obviously have the honour to be hosting you at Energy Council's APAC Energy Capital Assembly in just a couple of weeks in Singapore. So first of all, I'd just love to know why it is that you chose to attend the Assembly this year, what it is that you're planning to speak about without too much of a spoiler, and essentially what the plan is for you at the Assembly this year.
Well, thank you for the opportunity to share these views. I'm genuinely looking forward to coming back to Singapore. Long-standing connection between our two countries out of New Zealand. Look, for your viewers and listeners, we're about a 260-odd billion US economy. We're going through, like a host of other OECD nations, an energy transition. Nigh on 80-odd% we already have as renewable energy. That's hydro, geothermal, wind, a bit of bioenergy and solar. But gas has bedeviled the transition that we're going through. And the whole purpose of me coming up is to share with our broader economic community up there in Singapore and various other parts of Southeast Asia that New Zealand not only is open for business, New Zealand sees an ongoing pivotal role for natural gas. Now that needs investment, and a lot of that investment historically has come from overseas quarters. And there's been a sense that New Zealand hasn't been as welcoming as it could be for investors coming into these thermal resources. And I'm here and speaking to defang that misapprehension.
Splendid. I'm very much personally excited for your presentation, which for anyone who's interested will be on the morning of the second day of the Assembly, which will be the 10th of June. So we are, like I said, hosting the Minister there. The Assembly, for anyone who's interested, is as you said, it's the most influential upstream energy and investment assemblies in the region, and we really are just there to connect people like yourself, Minister, with investors, other E&Ps, also in the region. So that's really what we are very happy to be bringing you in to the community to do as well. You've obviously partially alluded to it there, but I'm really interested to hear a little bit more about New Zealand's energy strategy at the moment. Are there any changes on the horizon? Not too many spoilers, but a sneak peek if possible.
Yeah, well, serendipitously, you will be streaming and revealing to the investment community and the other attendees that the New Zealand government is committed to co-investment to help de-risk both domestic private sector investors and international private sector investors in our gas sector. This is the oil and gas sector. And obviously we do have stakeholders here from various parts of the world. So we've allocated initially a sum of $200 million via a Crown-owned investment entity to work, collaborate, and help de-risk the ambitions of investors to open up new vistas of growth via extracting more out of our existing gas fields that are known and those that have great potential but haven't been fully opened up. Why are we doing this? It's good that a small nation like ours, we're an open economy, but like a lot of other economies, we've struggled with how do you fund and where's the balance between renewable energy and thermal-based energy. And with this $200 million and a targeted investment vehicle, we see that as an initial step to assuage the various anxieties that investors may have, because New Zealand we are in the distant Pacific. We're a modern economy. We have the British system of contract law. We have a parliament that's very open, a parliamentary democracy. but we do require ongoing foreign direct investment.
Splendid. That's wonderful news. I'm sure everyone who's watching will be really intrigued to read a bit more about that in the upcoming news and hear more about it in your presentation as well. So thank you very much for sharing. Really good to hear from our side that New Zealand is, if you like, opening the doors to sort of foreign investment partners. That's very exciting. So obviously, like I said, we're all about connections. That's what the Energy Council does. That's what the Centre of the Assembly in a couple of weeks is all about. So with that in mind, is there any particular connection or partnership that you're looking to see if you can find anyone for at the Assembly? Is there sort of any particular individuals?
Yeah. You raise a very good point. I have to say that I've been encouraged by various stakeholders out of Malaysia to attend. In fact, they encouraged me to attend about 12 or 15 months ago. We recently passed quite a profound piece of legislation in New Zealand called the Fast Track. That basically means that natural resource projects, including infrastructure and housing, will go through an accelerated process of resource consent allocation, environmental consent allocation. The Canadians are toying with this idea. Apparently, President Trump has made a similar announcement. So we've already bedded it down. It's a part of our statutory landscape. Some very large projects are wending already their way through this accelerated fast-track process, including gold mining, including other mining investments. And I think this will be of some attractiveness to overseas investors because we all know in a lot of our Western nations, so much of our investment is snagged through protracted processes and an inability to make trade-off decisions. So the New Zealand government, which is a centre-right government, pro-development, pro-industry, mindful of climate change, but focused on the adaptation challenges as well of volatile weather, and obviously not trivializing the importance of climate change obligations. But no country can afford to meet the costs of climate-related transition unless they're consistently generating a surplus that keeps the confidence of the community and also maintains a level of even-handedness so that investors are confident that they're not going to be disproportionately penalised in order to meet the costs of the climate change journey, of which in New Zealand, natural gas and at the margins, coal will continue to play a role to ensure that power is affordable and our security of power remains admirable. And this is also an area where New Zealand's about to embark upon some changes. Thank you very much for the opportunity as a representative of our government and a figurative representative of the 5 million plus people who call New Zealand home. I'm very much looking forward to engaging with other attendees and catching up with you in person.